Hi everyone, my name is Hannah and this is Pepper and Pine, and today I'm answering your homeschool questions. This question is hoping to learn how to be more organized and inquire how to prepare for the years ahead. This is a great question because a lot of times I'll run into someone who's considering homeschooling and their children are still very young, or they're just expecting, or in some cases they don't even have kids yet. And other times I'll run into people who are asking about college and their child is only 5 years old. And sometimes we're like, okay, it's okay, you've got time, you can think about it, let's just work through these ages first. But what I really appreciate is that some people are really looking for the long-term big goals, and I think that's fantastic because we do need to hold those in our mind even if they're not necessarily informing the day-to-day actions. But what's important about knowing the big picture when it comes to your homeschool goals and your homeschool plans is twofold. One, it helps you with the day-to-day and it helps keep your daily goals, even if they're not academic, in line with the big picture. And the other thing that's really important is deciding whether you're going to homeschool for the long term, whether your children are going to go to college or university. It's important to know what the end game is so that you can help prepare along the way. Now, a lot of times, even though my children are going to, or we plan for them to go to university, that is just in the back of my mind until about 8th grade. So up until 8th grade, I'm really just working on the foundation of their education, as well as everything that has to do with character building and manners and habits and all of those things. But from an academic perspective, I'm really looking for the first 13 years of their life and really the grades 1 through 8 as a means to prepare them academically for their foundation to be solid and proficient in reading, writing, and arithmetic primarily. And that way, as they move on to the upper grades and high school, they can start to lay down some of those more difficult classes that really build on that initial foundation. Now, at that point, we're looking at not just 4 years. Like suppose my child is in 8th grade. I'm not really looking at the next 4 years. I'm actually looking at the next 8 years. And that means that I'm looking at their high school and their college potential goals. Now, there are things that we're going to advise as parents, but there's also the decisions that our young children, or rather our young adults, are going to be making as far as their academic goals and career goals. And that's where we come in to really help advise them on how to navigate the high school and community college route and eventually their university route so that they can get to the university that they want to get into. And so we are preparing our children to be college bound, but you may prepare your children in any capacity that you'd like. So having that big picture is really important because it will help dictate what you're going to do maybe 4 to 8 years before that, so that you can help best advise your children on either the classes they need to take or the grades they need to achieve in order to get into the college or university of their dreams.